Yo,
Yo, it's earthquake report time. It's September 1st, 2018, and let's get into covering the earthquakes. So, first earthquake to report, last major one of the day was a 5.1 in Indonesia. As you can see, several have hit across seemingly a line, all about 4.5 to 5.5, 4.5 to 5 in strength. So still some activity going on there, and as well 5.5 hitting the mid Indian Ridge down here. There's activity, the last above 2.5 to hit was here in Alaska, and you can see there's a swarm going on in Alaska, the north part of Alaska and the south part, as well as just varying parts of Alaska seem to be getting hit and have been quite a lot recently. Here in Japan and off the coast of Japan, you have several, a 4.4, a 4.7, and a 5.6. The 5.6, let's see. Okay, the 5.6 here is a very deep 465 kilometers in depth. So, a lot deeper than most earthquakes, and again, according to some trains of thought, you add on based on depth, so that would be probably considered a larger earthquake than that. Moving on, we have some activity here in California. This one specifically, this 3.3 here in Crockett, north of San Francisco. Let's see. Yeah. Saw some shaking at Berkeley, and you can see that when you click the testimonies, closest people, strong jolt, followed by 3 seconds of mild shaking, big quick jolt, like an explosion. So different, varying places. Let's see, we have not much to report different from these agencies and these projects. 4.5 here in Indonesia. In India, not Indonesia. Though there was, I believe, a 4.5 in Indonesia today. Yeah. But this 5.2 in Indonesia might be one of the ones. So this is saying that this one was actually a 5.2. Varying agencies will give different readings, but also even within the agencies, they have different details here. You look at this and it gives you different parts of different channels. You have different magnitude readings, and so this says actually 5.85, whereas this one says 4.5, or this one says 4.8. So you can see it's likely to be where it's at. That's probably a good average. maybe a little higher. The 5.2 is probably accurate. So varying agencies give slightly varying readings. And let's see, last to look at here is Israel. The Geophysical Institute of Israel has most recent earthquake on the 28th of August was a 2.6, not too far from Jerusalem, and would probably be a place to look out for activity. You know, that whole Bible thing that points directly to that, or I guess there could be another city that someone could have run some sort of operation against me out of, but definitely, you know, the way it describes it, pretty much, you'd be looking for a quake around Jerusalem, or the great city, whichever great city that might have crucified the Lord of the world, the sovereign of the world. Okay, back to earthquakes. So, looking at this, there have been, in the past 7 days, and this was on August 22nd, our planet has violently shaken by 144 major earthquakes, and this also brings up that the 8.2 magnitude earthquake was that hit Fiji was the second largest quote-unquote deep focus earthquake ever recorded, and it was a very large, very deep earthquake. And like I said, if you are adding on magnitude based on how deep it is, that would definitely make that one greater in magnitude. So this website also brings up the same large number of larger earthquakes, and they're saying over 4.5. Let's see. Greece. So yesterday covered Greece was hit by a 5.1 and a 4 something, and the 5.1 was actually registered as 5 point some higher on other agencies. This is giving, this website here is saying that it was the biggest earthquake in recorded history to strike the region by some seismologists, but that's what they're reporting. So just interesting earthquake activity about, and we'll check earthquake 3D to end this. You can see the swarm going on in Alaska here, and by swarm it's just multiple earthquakes sitting around the same area. And you can see that California has some smaller ones going on. A little bit of activity here in this region still, but around Indonesia, definitely seeing a lot of activity. India, the earthquakes in Japan, or not, off the coast of Japan, and you can see that this one is raised way off the, well, here, put it on this side, raised way off the globe, and that's because it represents depth based on how far it's pulled back. So you can see it was very deep. 5.6 might not actually be a good representation of how powerful it was. We have a 4.0 here in Chile, and 4.2, not too far from the Greece strikes. Here, go look. One last 4.3. So this might be that Crete. The building shook for about 10 to 15 seconds. So activity in various places, still active, still interestingly active. Keep on the lookout. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing blessed. I would say be aware of the activity. Continue to be aware that it is very active and is going to continue to get more active. Have a blessed one. Yeah.